Coming up on this week's Collegian Report, there's a new royal family here in Brookings. Find out who was crowned at this year's Miss SDSU pageant.
Plus, students took part in carnival events for a good cause.
And the basement of the Union turned into a jazz club on Tuesday. The Collegian Report starts now. Welcome back to the Collegian Report. I'm Annie Witt.
And I'm Emily DeCock. Looking to show off your creative side this weekend? The South Dakota Art Museum is hosting a Community Arts Day on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. This event is co-organized with the Brookings Arts Council. It's a great opportunity for anyone in the community to get creative. It's free, open to all ages, and all of the materials are provided. For more information, you can visit sdstate.edu.
Girls from across the state gathered together on campus to compete for various titles as part of the Miss South Dakota organization. There are 4 different titles up for grabs: Miss Brookings, Miss SDSU, Miss McCrory Gardens, and Miss Pride of the Dakotas. Collegian Media's own Kyla Anvik was crowned Miss Brookings. Local director Miranda Youngquist shared her excitement for the newly crowned women and her hopes for their upcoming reign.
It's just cool that they get to represent all of us jackrabbits at Miss South Dakota, potentially at Miss America if they win state. So I think it's just exciting. We want to have good representation at state.
Along with winning a title, the girls also win a scholarship and a chance to compete at the state pageant for the Miss South Dakota crown in May.
After 18 years in a wheelchair, a former senator says his disability hasn't slowed him down. Billy Sutton came to campus to speak as part of the community event series. He was paralyzed in a rodeo accident when he was 23. Now in his 40s, he's using his platform to inspire. Sutton said he thinks it's important to share his story with others.
Just to give people hope and the importance of perseverance, and that when you feel like something maybe really bad happened, that there can be good things that come out of it that you never would have expected to have happen.
The speaker series is new this year. The next event will be held on November 5th.
Have you ever wished you could throw a pie in your professor's face? Stateathon did just that on Monday. This week is Push Week for Stateathon. Stateathon raises money for the Sanford Children's Hospital. The theme for this year's Stateathon is Toy Story. They went to infinity and beyond for their Push Week. Not only were they fundraising on Monday, they were also in the Union on Thursday selling crumble cookies along with merch. They also had a dunk tank. Maria Qualley, Morale co-chair, says this fundraising leads up to the big day.
We try to raise a lot of money, and the Miracle Kids come down to Brookings, and we just have a fun day.
The big day is in April. For more information, you can go to their Instagram at SDSU Stateathon.
The 8th annual Jazz at Jack's Place concert was hosted on Tuesday. Students and community members were treated to live music from 2 SDSU jazz ensembles. Yi Chen, director of jazz ensembles, says it's nice to perform for a new audience.
So many of our concerts are at the Oscar Larson Performing Arts Center that it's good to get out of the building and play in other parts of campus, just to change things up and hope to reach more of the general student population.
For more events from the School of Performing Arts, you can visit sdstate.edu.
Coming up, Game Day Spirit returned to SDSU, but this way it's highlighting agriculture.
And top-ranked NDSU and second-ranked Jackrabbits will face off once again. Cordell will preview the matchup coming up.
The Collegian is SDSU's student-run newspaper. For 140 years, the Collegian has provided students, faculty, and staff with everything they need to know. You can pick up an issue on Wednesdays at locations all around Brookings or view it online at sdsucollegian.com.
Welcome back. I'm Taylor Tennant with your Jackrabbit Egg Report. SDSU's involvement in agriculture was highlighted during a taping of the Egg Day College Roadshow on Wednesday. The program is inspired by ESPN's College Game Day, which visited Brookings in 2019. Students were encouraged to bring signs supporting agriculture and SDSU ag programs. Haley Kaiser, Ag Day College Roadshow attendee, says she enjoyed her first taping of the show.
Yeah, so it was a really cool experience to just be able to hear about what they had to say and just be in that sort of environment. So it was really a cool experience to have.
SDSU's episode of Ag Day College Roadshow will air starting today on 170 stations nationwide. Viewers may watch with a subscription to Farm Journal TV or Farm Journal Now. You can find them in lots of things, from paints to plastics, but soybean sales are suffering because of recent tariffs. South Dakota exported $1.4 billion in soybeans in 2023. About 60% of soybeans are exported from South Dakota every year. The largest buyer, China, has bought none since May. This has put a strain on farmers. Grady Davis is a sixth-generation farmer from Elkton. He spoke with Collegian Media about the markets.
With the way the markets are at the moment, we're going to be storing a lot of this crop for a long time. And a lot of this crop we're putting up for feed because we're lucky enough to have cattle around here.
Some farmers aren't as lucky. Soybeans can only be stored a couple of years. Kevin Deinert, president of the South Dakota Soybean Association, said most farmers try to get rid of their product within a year.
Farmers need that cash to keep on operating, so we can't hold on to it forever.
This is the first time in 7 years that China imported 0 soybeans in September.
So weather makes a huge impact on harvest. We have Kennedy Foster with your weekend forecast.
Thanks, Annie. Friday, you can expect sunny skies with a high around 60 and a low around 42. Saturday, we have a home football game against our rival NDSU. You can expect around the same weather temperature-wise with a high around 60 and a low of 46 with mostly sunny skies. Great fall weather for a football game. Sunday shifts to mostly cloudy skies with a high near 61 and a low around 46. It's looking like a pretty nice weekend. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kennedy. And yeah, football is going to be a little bit cooler than we're used to. So can you tell us what's going on with sports this weekend, Cordell?
Sure thing, Emily. The Jackrabbit football team moved to 7-0 last Saturday with a 35-14 win over the Murray State Racers. The game was tight to start with the two teams tied at 7 at the end of the first. In the second half, the Jackrabbits outscored the Racers 21-7 to take the win. The second-ranked Jacks will now face their toughest test of the season when undefeated top-ranked North Dakota State comes to town. Even though SDSU came out with a win last Saturday, it came at a cost. Starting quarterback Chase Mason left the game with an injury in the first quarter and is questionable to play against NDSU. Head coach Dan Jackson said this about his starting quarterback.
Truthfully, Chase is doing everything he can to play, and nobody wants to play in this game more than he does. He loves South Dakota State more than you know, and when you grow up in this state, you want to play and be in this rivalry game, and so he's going to do everything he can to get himself out there, and love him and those sort of things. So I know he's doing everything he can to get out there, and and we'll split up reps, if we need to, and those sort of things. We'll see kind of how practice goes today.
Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. at Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium on Saturday. The Jackrabbit volleyball team is still undefeated in conference play. SDSU visited the USD Coyotes last Saturday. After losing the first set against the Coyotes, SDSU ripped off 3 straight wins behind Sylvia's Gaunce's 21 points. On Tuesday, the Jacks took on UND and came out with a 3-0 sweep to stay perfect in conference play. Last night, the Jacks handled business at home with a 3-0 sweep of Oral Roberts to move to 9-0 in the Summit League, while Oral Roberts falls to 0-9 in conference play. SDSU will now host Denver on Saturday afternoon. The match will start at 1 p.m. Fans across the country will get a taste of Jackrabbit basketball this season. CBS Sports Network, the Summit League's media partner, will broadcast 3 matchups featuring SDSU. The first broadcast will be December 21st when the Jackrabbit women host nationally ranked Texas. The men will host back-to-back games on the network later in the season, February 4th against St. Thomas and February 7th against USD. A full schedule of Summit League games on CBS Sports Network can be found at sdsucollegian.com.
It's hard to believe basketball is starting already.
Yeah, fans should be excited. It's coming up pretty soon.
Students painted pumpkins to promote a safe Halloween. Find out more coming up.
Looking to stay up to date on news around campus? Collegian Media is SDSU's student-run newspaper, radio station, and newscast. From writing to anchoring, taking photos and videos, or selling advertising, Collegian Media gives students in any major the opportunity to get involved. To learn more or to see what's happening on campus, you can visit sdsucollegian.com.
Welcome back. On Tuesday, the Helping Everyone Reach Optimal Health, or HERO Club, used pumpkin painting as a way to teach students about alcohol and drug abuse. HERO co-president Jada Paul said their 4th event of the semester was a success, with 20 students attending. She said the event was meant to raise awareness about the risks that occur around this time of year.
Because Halloween is coming up, we wanted to highlight being safe on Halloween with all the alcohol and drugs that may be going around campus and in the Brookings community. And we wanted to throw in the pumpkin painting because it's a great way to get into the Halloween spirit and have a lot of fun while discussing such a topic.
To view more events from HERO, you can visit sdstate.edu.
Our next show will be on Halloween, and last week, 2 Collegian Media members took a walk through Lucy's Dollhouse, a fundraiser by a local Girl Scout troop.
I am Jacob Brendy.
I'm Emily Attrell.
And I'm not afraid of anything.
So I just have a GoPro on my head that's gonna show what I'm seeing. And then Jacob has a GoPro that's facing his face so we can get reactions from him.
I'm hearing shenanigans going on in there. There's one thing I don't like, shenanigans, all right?
I'm not gonna let it get to my head, right? We're on a mission, we have a goal, we're gonna survive. We're gonna get through the dollhouse. And that's what it's all about. Yeah. It's all about survival. Any means necessary. I can't guarantee both of us will get out, but I can guarantee I will.
I don't like whatever that just was. Oh, it's still happening.
It's still going on.
It's still happening.
I'm just saying, I'm a quick runner.
If you know yourself and you know your enemy, you need not fear the results of 1,000 battles. Sun Tzu said that. The only problem is I have no idea what I'm about to walk into. It's scary time.
We'll show Emily and Jacob's journey through the dollhouse next week. You can see an extended version of this on our YouTube channel, SDSU Collegian Media. That's all for the Collegian Report this week.
You can stay up to date on the latest news online at sdsucollegian.com or on social media, SDSU Collegian Media.
Thanks for watching.